Hello, everybody. Welcome to Kubernetes Cluster API Azure, our weekly office hours meeting. It's June 12th, 2025. We are a subproject of SIG Cluster Lifecycle, as I'm sure you're well aware. We abide by the Kubernetes community rules of conduct, which we can summarize here as everybody try not to talk over each other and make this a welcoming, pleasant place for everyone. At the beginning, we usually give some time for new people to say hello, but I'm going to assume that I recognize everybody, so we can probably skip that. But feel free to interrupt me at any time if you need to. Yeah, I think that's the preamble for the most part. And then open discussion. We just have, I'll talk slowly so Mohammed can finish typing. But I
Thanks,
think
Max.
that's all we got on the agenda, so take it away.
Yeah, it's okay then. Just so so the proposal is there, and Merrick, my colleague, he started to put the initial implementation for the APIs in the second BR. And one thing we notice is so he placing the API under experimental, then under version 1 beta 2, the group API is for infrastructure. And then he wanna put the Aero HSCP API under control plan. So the idea was to have a control plan directory under experiment and then version 1 beta 2, and then as you can see there. So is this the like a right structure, or we should move the control plan to be outside of experimental, and then because once it becomes to release and GA, then it will gonna be moved under the API directory in the top. So is this is the right way to do it, or do you guys have thoughts on that, where to locate the API?
Um, I think this is generally how we've done it, right? Um, Although I'm trying to think of an example.
Yeah, so so if you open the under experimental API, there the arrow, I guess, the EKS, but it's a control plan, and you guys put it under infrastructure group. So is that intentionally, or it's do you guys have, this is how you see stuff, or
I'm gonna have to go down there to refresh my memory.
yeah, okay.
Uh, you're talking about in here or in
Yeah, so where is Azure AKS? Yeah, sorry, yeah, this
V1
one.
Beta 1? Yeah. Yeah, Azure Machine Pool, all the
This is
machine
the
pool
machine
stuff.
pool. Yeah, but the version 1 beta 2, I guess, what I mean. Version 1 beta 2
Oh, in CAPI or in under REXP?
under XB, yes. How is
Mm,
that? Okay, maybe it's different. Are you,
Currently, we've put everything here. We have EXP controllers.
yeah,
Um,
you
but
saw
yeah,
it.
over in CAPI, the organization's a little different, especially recently now that they changed it.
Okay.
Um,
Yeah, so in Kaby, they make core, then control plan, and then under each directory, there are version 1, beta 1, version 2, version 1, beta 2. It's a different a bit. That's
right.
the confusion where it's come from, that we are not sure, should we follow the same pattern, or we continue in this pattern here in CABZ, like,
I see what you're saying. Yeah, we are kind of disconnected there. Um, I don't have a strong opinion other than generally speaking, we want to do whatever Cappy's doing, and it looks like we're not doing that here. But the overall argument is code should be more consistent with the local code before it worries, so I don't know. Do other people have opinions? Should it be under, basically, I think you're asking, right? Should it be under EXP API v1 beta 1 control plane something, or should we back up and have control plane EXP control plane slash v1 beta 1? Is that
that's
essentially? Yeah.
exactly, yeah.
I don't know. Willie, do you have any opinions?
I think. Maybe we can ping John because he did the whole ASO like API thing. And I don't think he put in EXP, so I'm not really sure.
Yeah. I guess my gut reaction would be maybe we should prefer the way Cappy seems to be doing it now, which is more like slash control plane slash V1 beta 1, I think, right? Um,
Yeah. So that's actually the same as you suggest now, like what Merrick does. So under experimental, because this is a new stuff, it's under experimental control plan. And then when it comes to be GA and
yeah.
release, then we can move it under ABI control plan. And then, at the same time, maybe I'm not sure if the refactoring will gonna cause issues for the previous ABI. I'm not sure, but
Yeah,
it should,
basically the way you're doing it looks a little more like the way Cappy is doing it, I think. So
yeah, okay.
I'm fine with that. I don't know. But yeah, maybe John Hune would have more specific, or maybe Jack would. We should ping them on the PR, I guess.
Okay, no problem. That's fine. So yeah, so that's regard this ROHSCP effort, and yeah. So if you guys don't mind, they can like review merge the proposal. So then the effort for the other stuff will be as well, um, in continuous. So that's all. Yeah.
Sounds good. Yeah, I'll take another look at the proposal finally. Maybe it is ready to merge.
Thanks.
Any other comments or ideas about the ARO-HCP work? All right, that is all we had on the agenda, but does anybody else have anything else to bring up? We should probably talk about the status of the release.
Oh yeah, we V120 got released yesterday. So yeah. Thanks
Should
everyone
be on.
for contributions. And yeah, and Willie, thanks for walking through the steps with me.
Yeah, no worries. Um, yeah, good job on the release and
I'll add the link. Yeah.
cool. I think maybe we can just add everything we have from the old milestone. I don't know if I did that yet, but I did create the new milestone. Yeah, go ahead, Morgan.
Yeah, I was just gonna ask about that basically what happens with the stuff that we like push to the next one.
I think we just move everything from next to V121.
So after each release, do we have to create the new milestone or does it happen like automatically?
We have to create it, and I already did that.
Dope.
We just have to point the plugin, like the Prow plugin to auto add like stuff from 120, like from next, or just like anything that gets created to auto add it. But I think, yeah, everything from the old milestone got done. So maybe everything in next, stuff in next we can maybe put it in 121.
Yeah, I mean if you guys want to go through these and decide on what we want to prioritize, I know a lot of these just have a lot of these have priority like tags on them,
Yeah.
but we can decide on which ones we actually want to hone in on and then come back instead of putting all of them there.
Yeah, just looking through it right now, I think hmm. Matt, I see you have a lot of issues here that you created. Are any of these like,
I just have a lot of issues in general.
yeah,
Uh,
same.
I think this
No, we
provision
don't.
with Azure Linux is not actually that important or strategic anymore, so I think it can stay in the backlog. Um, Conformance test timings aren't logged is still a help wanted, so I don't think it needs to go on a milestone. Just
Yeah.
kind of like it'd be great if someone would fix this. The Go auto rest thing is still kind of a headache because it technically is unsupported now, so we really shouldn't be using that code. Um, on the other hand, it's still kind of a pain, and my PR died, and Brian Cox hasn't gotten back to the one he started. So,
I was just about to
but
ask, what's the big like blocker for that one?
Um, it's that there there was a way in the previous SDK which Go Auto Rest was kind of a partner to the SDK v1. It wasn't necessary to use it, but they were essentially the same code base. So when we moved to Azure SDK v2, Go Auto Rest intentionally got left behind. But there's some utility functions in there that we use in a bunch of places that we used to use to configure the environment. So if you're in the US government cloud or some other more non-public environments, there's some helper functions in there that helped you get that set up. We're still calling those, and it's not clear if they're even doing anything anymore.
Gotcha.
Um, and there's not really a similar facility in SDK v2, but we found some. Well, look, anyway, I'm getting too in the details. It's just kind of a pain to replace them.
That
Um,
makes sense.
and the way to replace them isn't obvious, but
Gotcha. We can keep going down the list.
um, the other ones that I did switch to Windows 22 two images by default. We need to figure this out because like basically Windows 2022 and 2025 don't pass our CI.
All right.
So I think that needs to go in. I think Go Auto Rest should go in because we can't forget about it.
What's the configure controllers to ASL? I know that's John's I know John opened it, but what
We're not using the watch feature. Oh, okay. So there's just a much more efficient way to sync up with certain resources by using the watch feature. And right now we're doing the sloppy way, which is effectively like polling a lot, and as John explains here. So this would be a good change. You could consider an optimization, I guess, but
let's say I like that one then if it cleans some things up so we're not like hacking, I guess.
sure. Um, and I'm skipping over some of these, just the ones I entered.
No, you're good.
That one, this one, 111 definitely needs to be part of the next
Yeah.
release. And okay, so I think at least those ones I would argue should go into the next milestone.
Willie, you got one on here. What's yours about? The cluster CTL is yours.
Oh, that one is just a weird. It's like when you're releasing and you merge metadata and then haven't published a release yet. I think cluster CTL in it would break, which is not great, but I don't know if there's actually a way to fix that.
Gotcha. So we'll leave it for now. It could be a nice for have
Yeah,
until you figure it out.
it's just this thing I noticed when I did a release. Um,
Did you
so
notice it for this one too?
what's up?
Did you notice it for this release as well?
Well, no, but it should still be a problem because I mean I didn't it only happens when you're like trying to cluster CTL in it during like when someone is like cutting a release.
That makes sense. We're here now.
Yeah.
All right,
All right.
cool. Those are a nice starting point then.
I thought there was a way to do the bulk editing here and switch them all to the next milestone, but I'm not really sure what I'm. So if I select these, oh, now they're
Yeah,
showing
yeah,
up.
yeah, it's on
Okay.
the top right.
It wasn't, but none of these controls were there previously. Some JavaScript error. Okay.
They weren't there. It's okay. You're not going
Yeah,
crazy.
good. All right, I'll move those. So sorry, which one was that, Willie? Should we move it to the next?
We should just leave it.
Okay. So sorry, I had these ones
I knew that wasn't going to be a good case.
and this one selected. Oh, hey, they're gone again. You guys see it, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, there's always like weird like GitHub has so many like weird issues with this stuff. Like, I don't know.
See? You jinxed it when you said it was magic.
Okay, so they appear when I select one, and if I select two, and then if I scroll them away, I don't know. I'm
Scroll
just
down
gonna,
and then select one.
yeah, what did I do before? Like I selected this one,
And then
and they're gone.
Yeah, if you scroll down and select it, it just goes away.
All right, well, I'm just gonna do them a couple at a time. We don't need to watch all the pathetic behavior here.
For the help wanted issue, how come because it has the help wanted like label, why aren't we moving that next milestone? Like,
Because if we tag it help wanted, we're essentially saying we don't have the bandwidth for this and we need help from an external contributor.
oh,
Um, and so then we don't have any control over it. So it seems like it's inappropriate to say we need help from someone, please, by this date. You can't really say that.
okay, okay. How come that one's help wanted is
I think because none of us thought we could get to it. But if it's something you're interested in,
Yeah,
go
because if you
for it.
have the cycles, you should definitely go for it. I think it was just more so when it was opened,
Yeah,
no one.
3 years ago, apparently we thought we couldn't get to it.
okay. Yeah, I can take a look at it. Oh, maybe I'll drop the error I was working on, and work on that one.
Yeah, I'm sure it's still valid. Okay, sorry. I
Switch
will.
to Windows, and then
Hmm?
the two work in progress PRs, I think, are the only ones left. Oh, and that one, yeah.
Sorry, this is like slow motion editing here. Did that even work? Bulk update completed successfully, but it didn't update the page. Okay, cool. And they're gone. All right, well, I will do this offline. This is not entertaining for anyone.
Cool beans.
Do we? Sorry, I didn't mean to stop sharing entirely. Do we have anything else we want to go over, or we?
Is there a due date for 1.21? It's like 2 months, right? Or
We try to do 2 months.
Oh,
What? August 11th is what it says right now.
can you also pull up the roadmap, please?
Yes.
If we're talking about the milestones and things.
Let me reshare. You mean like
The
Discord or the?
unlike the CAPC quick start.
You're gonna have to give me a link. I don't know how to get there.
Yeah, I got you. CAPC, Azure book.
Yeah, Mohammed.
Okay, so for the Aero HSCP work, should we create like milestone as well and put it in the plan for CAPC, or it will be okay to just like go through the normal work without having this?
Should you create what? I'm sorry, I didn't quite
Should
understand.
I create like should this could be like as a in the CAPZ plan for next release for
Oh, on the
121?
roadmap? Like, oh
Yeah.
yeah, yeah, sure. Actually, that's a good idea. If you think that's when it's likely to land.
Well, yeah, like we expect. I'm not quite sure. Maybe so the next one, the 121 is in early August.
Yeah,
Might have, yeah, I'm not quite sure, but we might have something there running as for Aero HSCP.
yeah, that seems
Then,
reasonable.
yeah,
Let's put
yeah,
them on the milestone, and that could be
okay.
a
So do I need
goal.
a special privilege in
You might. I can go do it for you after this. Yeah, I don't think you can add to the milestone unless you're a maintainer.
Yeah, I'm not,
Might be wrong.
unfortunately. Yeah. So okay then. So like the team here is we will try to put effort in the community work. So maybe in the future, one of us could be like a maintainer or like, under only the HSCP effort could be a maintainer as well. So
We would love that. That'd be great.
yeah,
Yeah.
so yeah.
Um, okay, Morgan, what do you want on the roadmap?
Just go to the bottom.
Oh, July. Yeah, we're a little late.
Yeah, I wasn't more so just wanted to see that if this is something that we're still aiming for. and then to also see what the dates were on here. I think John was working on the one that's supposed to be for May, so I can follow up with him on that. But um, I guess do we also want to have these things in the milestone, or how are we feeling?
Yeah, these should probably be synced up. I'd forgotten that we were saying these at this at a high level. So yeah, it probably means that this is probably already an issue, but we should have it on the right milestone, I would think, which I guess is 121 now.
Alima, were you working on this? Is this the thing that John was helping you with, or is that something else?
Yeah, that's already in.
It is. So we did do that. Oh yeah,
Yeah.
that was all the work. Okay.
And so now we just have to put out the message that we won't be accepting new features by July. So I think we're okay.
So that seems like an issue we should create and attach to the milestone is make sure that we add a warning message if there's not already an issue for that.
Oh, wait, hold on. There's a there's a warning message that uh that alpha was deprecated. I don't you want a warning message to put in no new features accepted?
I'm not sure. We should probably sync with John
Okay.
Hume.
Okay, because it says 1.21 on
Yeah,
that.
that's the milestone we're on now, I think.
Okay, okay, so that must be a different warning message than that we added. So I can do that. Let me.
Yeah, I think we need to run this by John.
Okay.
Yeah, maybe we've already done it. I'm not sure if this is a separate, it looks like it's a separate task, but maybe the warning message that's there is sufficient.
Okay. Yeah, I can take care of that. I'll ask him.
Cool.
You.
But so then we're on track. I just want to make sure we were all on the same page and we all agreed that this is what we still want to do. But cool beans, I like it. Can you add my name on here? I don't think I did that since you have it also pulled up.
Oh, in here?
Yeah,
Sure.
thank you.
Wait, I'm just confused by this no new features accepted warning message encode for deprecation. I think the warning message is not warning users that no new features are accepted. It's just a warning message that the alpha was deprecated. I think the wording of this is a little incorrect. Because why would we want a warning message, oh, no new features accepted? Because we wouldn't need that in the code, like as a
No,
warning.
you wouldn't want to tell people that at runtime necessarily. We just want like I'm guessing that means in the docs there should be a big we should make it clear to people that this API is not changing at this point, but I don't know if that needs to be like a runtime warning. We should
Yeah,
Okay,
we
okay.
should probably run this by John and see if he
I
had
got it.
something specific in mind or if Jack did.
yeah.
Sounds good.
I
Okay.
don't really.
Yeah, but just to emphasize, there is a warning message for the deprecation. So I'll just make sure I'll go through him. Yeah.
Cool. If there's nothing
All
else, I
right.
think we hit our points and such.
Sounds good. Anybody else have anything to talk about? Going once, going twice. Sold. All right, cool. Thanks for coming, everybody. We'll see you next week.
Thanks for hosting, Matt.
Thank you.
Gotcha.
Hey guys.